Hello and welcome to another edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm Adrian Atkinson, your host for the next half hour. It's International Day of Happiness, so we here at the JIS encourage you to spread happiness wherever you go today. We're also checking in with Prime Minister Andrew Holness and his plans for the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation. So let's dive into the magazine with this word of advice, followed by the news.
Motorists, know your rights as road users. If you're stopped by the police in a road check, the police have the right to ask for your driver's license and vehicle documents. If you don't have the documents on you, you can ask for 5 days to provide them at a convenient police station. If you don't have vehicle insurance, you can be prosecuted and face the court. If you fail to renew the registration license, the police are entitled to seize your vehicle. If the police wish to search your vehicle, they should tell you the reasonable grounds for wanting the search. If you are given a ticket, sign it only if you plan to pay the fine and not contest the charge in court. And please be reminded, children under 18 years must wear a seatbelt, even if they are seated in the back. Know your rights. Knowledge of the traffic road code makes it easier to work with the police as they do their job to make the road safer for you and everyone else.
Good day, I'm Carrie-Ann Smith and this is your GIS News for Monday, March 20. Prime Minister Andrew Holness is assuring the public that the expertise of skilled Jamaicans will be called on to develop plans for a new parliamentary complex. Mr. Holness says that while the project is at a preliminary stage, purposeful efforts will be made to include Jamaicans in the design and execution of the project. He adds that government remains committed to building a complex that all Jamaicans can be proud of and one that reflects the island's history, struggles, triumphs, and overall journey. Prime Minister Holness's comments came in a statement responding to an open letter from the Jamaican Institute of Architects. The institute has raised concerns about the recent signing of a non-binding agreement with China Construction of America. The company will provide consultancy services to scope the first phase of the construction of the new Parliament building. The Urban Development Corporation will act as project manager for the overall plan to develop a government circle on 240 acres of land at National Hero Circle. Buildings to be constructed include a new Parliament building, offices of government ministries, agencies and departments, as well as commercial and residential areas. 3 additional courtrooms are to be established at the Supreme Court in downtown Kingston. Justice Minister Delroy Chuck says the courtrooms will be in place by December as the civil registry, which is now situated at the Supreme Court, will be relocated and that space converted into the new courtrooms. The addition forms part of the ministry's project to improve the timely delivery of justice. The minister was speaking at Court Management Services National Public Education Day, held recently at the Supreme Court.
One of the problems, especially in the justice sector, is that so little is known about the services offered. Because at the Ministry of Justice, you get so many questions. They believe that justice is decided at the Ministry of Justice. And when they complain, we literally have to say, you have to take the matter to court.
Minister of Industry, Commerce, Agriculture and Fisheries, Carl Samuda, says Jamaica is committed to expanding its export of produce and products to the United Kingdom. He says part of that expansion includes meeting customer demand for fresh fruit, yam and sweet potatoes in the UK and the wider European Union market. Minister Samuda's comments were delivered by the ministry's Chief Technical Director, Stephen Wedderburn, at Thursday's launch of the UK Food and Beverage Exhibition.
We recognize that to do this, we have to organize our exports in a more sustainable way. This involves identifying markets, training our farmers and potential exporters in international business best practices, and exposing them to the requirements of the markets in an organized way and bringing them in closer contact with the markets and their market requirements.
The 3-day food and beverage event was organized by the British High Commission. It provided an opportunity for local companies and those of 4 other Caribbean countries to forge relationships with representatives from 30 British companies in attendance. Students of Tarrant High School in Kingston will be the first beneficiaries of a public education and outreach project dubbed Child Rights and Protection. The project is funded by an $8 million grant from the British High Commission and is being implemented by the Office of the Children's Advocate. At this Wednesday's outreach, Tarrant High School students will be educated on how to deal with issues affecting them, including bullying, child abuse, self-esteem issues, online predators, and human trafficking. The project was launched on March 17 and will engage children, parents, teachers, and persons in authority through television, social media, and school visits. Children's advocate Diane Gordon Harrison says the funds will assist in changing the culture of how Jamaicans view children and their rights and how they treat them.
We at the Office of the Children's Advocate also find that our children in Jamaica today need guidance, and they need avenues through which to access help when faced with difficult and troublesome situations. This project, with assistance from the British, seeks to plug this deficit by sensitizing the nation as a whole about the role and functions of the Office of the Children's Advocate, and by building the capacity of the public around the issue of children's rights and their protection.
And finally, members of the public who use the services of the Cornwall Regional Hospital are being reminded of the relocation of some of the hospital's services. The Accident and Emergency Department is now at the Mount Salem Health Center. The West Jamaica Conference has been retrofitted to accommodate the following clinics: cardiology, dermatology, ENT, general surgery, medical, neurosurgery, nutrition, ophthalmology, sickle cell, urology, plastic surgery, pediatric medicine, and surgery. The physiotherapy department also continues to serve the public from the West Jamaica Conference. Meanwhile, the blood donation unit is located in the building at the hospital's lower car park. The Barnett Clinic and Cottage Close now house the antenatal and gynecology clinics. Mental health services are now at the Holy Trinity Church on Miriam Way. Pharmacy services for outpatients can be accessed at the Montego Bay Type 5, Catherine Hall, Maroon Town, Cambridge, Granville, and Adelphi Health Centers. For further information, the public is being advised to call 684-4081 or 952-5100-9. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Carrie-Ann Smith. Thank you for watching.
We want a productive Jamaica. We are not productive Jamaicans. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity is the way to go for all us Jamaicans. Small business, big business, old and young, we are tell every woman and man. We want growth and prosperity for a better nation with a building plan. So we can build our product and sell our product and put more money in our hand. Our economy can rise to a level and build a better nation. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity to move forward on this land. Productivity, that's the way to go, we should understand. Productivity.
Productivity, Pathway to Prosperity. A message brought to you by the Jamaica Productivity Center, a department of the Ministry of Labour and Social Security.
Watch as Prime Minister Andrew Holness shares his vision of achieving prosperity through economic growth and sustainable development.
Our ability to grow the economy is not far-fetched. In fact, economic growth is not new to Jamaica. History records that between 1962 and 1970, our GDP growth rate was 5.31%. The problem is that sustained economic growth has been elusive. Therefore, we must identify a sustained path to economic growth and job creation. This administration has one task: unleash the economic potential and utilize the incredible energy, enterprise, and industry of the Jamaican people for economic growth and shared prosperity. That is why the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation was created and conceptualized to facilitate growth with the slogan, achieving prosperity through economic growth and sustainable development. The amalgamation of approximately 50 agencies is a deliberate move to focus our efforts on sustainable economic growth. It is important that we align our policies to meet the mission of this administration, to create a Jamaican economy which consistently meets or exceeds its growth targets while providing meaningful jobs and economic opportunities for all in a sustainable manner. The Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation focuses on critical portfolio areas where investment, foreign and local, is buttressed by the provision of housing, access to water and proper infrastructure, availability of land for residential and commercial development, but with due regard given to preserving our environment as well as climate change, which has the potential to derail our plans for economic growth if we fail to adapt to its impacts. In achieving our goals, it is imperative that we create ecosystems of growth where every single Jamaican can contribute to the process and reap the benefits. One of our 8 initiatives in the 5 in 4 target of the Economic Growth Council speaks to bureaucratic reforms, that is, to improve the business environment. This is important because we must cut the red tape and provide the right regulatory environment for investors. Consequently, we must address the slow pace of implementation of government projects, which saps the vibrancy of the economy and contributes to the missed opportunities. I believe that as we work together, we create a strong, cohesive, productive, harmonious, and peaceful Jamaica that is truly the place of choice to live, work, raise families, do business, and retire in paradise. I have every confidence in the excellent team on board to get the job done. I have already seen evidence of what they can accomplish through vision, strategic planning, focus, hard work, and commitment. Together, let's transform Jamaica.
Nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica.
Up next, the latest stories coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.
Government concretizes plans to secure Jamaica and commits to peace for development. You're watching Jamaica House Weekly. I'm Lorraine Mendez. At the top of the week, Prime Minister Andrew Holness met with the National Defence Board. In his capacity as Minister of Defence, Mr. Holness held talks with JDF Chief of Defence Staff Major General Rocky Meade. Discussions focused on improving mechanisms within the Jamaica Defence Force. On Monday, as the island celebrated Commonwealth Day, the Prime Minister reiterated government's commitment to the attainment of sustainable development. Asserting that there could be no development without peace, Mr. Holness said government would be redoubling its efforts to promote peace in the society. The Prime Minister's message was delivered by St. Andrews High School for Girls student Ashley Onfroy.
The government of Jamaica remains committed to the full and effective implementation of the 2030 Agenda, which is aligned with the Vision 2030 Jamaica National Development Plan. Goal 2 of Vision 2030 for a secure, cohesive, and just society reflects the government's commitment to addressing the high incidence of crime and violence, which undermines productivity and engenders hopelessness in the society. By reducing the level of crime, we intend to foster a more favorable environment for economic growth and job creation, thus paving the way for Jamaica to become the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business.
Commonwealth Day 2017, which included a panel discussion and a Youth for Peace rally, was observed under the theme, A Peace-Building Commonwealth. News came Thursday that Dr. Delroy Gordon, Executive Director of the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, had passed away suddenly at age 55. Expressing shock and sadness at Dr. Gordon's passing, Mr. Holness remembered him as a visionary leader who contributed significantly to Jamaica's cultural development. The Prime Minister said Dr. Gordon's work would be remembered for its promotion of Jamaica's cultural heritage locally and internationally. And Mr. Holness offered condolences to Dr. Gordon's immediate family and his JCDC family.
Aunt Rap was an honorable woman. She lived a full life.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness speaking at a remembrance service for Raphaelita Walker, mother of Culture Minister Olivia Grange. Mr. Holness said Walker's 90 years were well-lived, having served in many areas including fashion, nursing, education and philanthropy.
Aunt Raf holds a special place in our hearts. Her life was one that exemplified courage, strength, determination, and service. I am happy she was recognized for her work while she lived, receiving several awards, including the Prime Minister's Medal of Appreciation for Excellence and the 2013 African Canadian Achievement Award for Excellence.
Saturday's celebration of Raphaelita Walker's life and contribution in song, dance and tributes was held at the Holy Trinity Cathedral. And that's how we close out Jamaica House Weekly. We return next time for more of the news coming out of the office of the Prime Minister.
Let's get a little breeze on this land. All right. Now let's get some bounce in the rhythm. All right. Let's get some fire on our hearts. Now that is what we call all right. Run, come, get some Jamaica.
It takes so long, man. People have places for going, you know. Get them on urban table number.
Happy and nice. You know how much people me have to deal with before I reach here, sir? You're lucky.
Put 3 bills for number 5.
Wait. We can place the bet with you? Yeah, man. You see when you win with we, you get a little extra. So what you say?
Police, nobody move. Illegal gambling is a criminal offense. If convicted, you could face a fine of up to $1 million or up to 18 months in prison. When gambling, choose licensed and registered gaming establishments. Stop illegal gambling now. Call Crime Stop at 311 to report illegal gambling. You don't have to give your name. A message from the Betting, Gaming and Lotteries Commission.
There are many fears and misconceptions about giving blood, some of which we'll be dispelling for you today. Joining me is Acting Director of the National Blood Transfusion Service, Dr. Veronica Taylor. Thanks for coming, Dr. Taylor.
Okay, good morning.
Good morning. Okay, Dr. Taylor, one of the first fears that we want to discuss today is the fear of needles or being too nervous to donate.
Okay. First of all, donating blood allows that you can save 3 lives. So when you are coming to donate blood, you have to have that in mind. I know that there are myths or fears to donated blood because the size of the needle is like a mosquito bite. Don't be scared. That unit will be open in front of you, and it's an easy way to go. Our nurses are well capable to do this procedure. You cannot be scared because when you go into donated blood, that unit of, or the bag of unit of blood will be open in front of you. So it's single use. You will feel comfortable. There is not a way, not at all, to catch any disease.
Some persons also believe that they cannot donate blood because they've had other diseases such as ZV and CHIKV. This is not the case. You can also donate if you've had these diseases, right?
Okay, I would like to clarify that. When you come into donated blood, you will have an interview. So in that interview, the nurse will be rigorous, asking you few questions that you will answer because it will be for the benefit of the recipient. So they will ask you few questions as if you have been in contact with person that have sick B. If that is the case, you will defer for 15 days. If you have been contacted the sick B, you will be deferred for 15 days. If you, after donating blood, started with symptoms, you will need to contact the blood transfusion service at any way that you have been donated the blood, because we will defer that blood will be discarded. So we will have a quarantine of the blood for a few days in awaiting for any symptoms that the donors could have in that period of time.
And Dr. Taylor, what about those persons who believe that they will not be able to partake in any physical activity or sport after donating blood?
One of our recommendations when we do the interview, if you go to the gym every day, the day that you go donated the blood, will not do it, because remember that we have to remove 500 milliliter of the volume of your blood. My recommendation is increase your water intake. Taking more than 3 liters, you will be okay for the following day, be doing your gym or your sport activity.
That's great. And what about those persons who believe that they will not have enough blood after giving blood, so they avoid giving blood in its entirety?
What I would say, your bone marrow, removing 500 milliliter will hyperactive and will put in place in again, you need your red cell, your platelet, and your white blood cell. So nothing to worry about.
Persons sometimes say that they're just too busy to donate. What do you have to say regarding, how long the process is and, the other blood drives that you have to facilitate persons who may not be able to come here directly to donate blood?
Okay, that is a good question. We have the possibility to go to your workplace to allow you with a blood drive to help us to increase our number of units of blood in the blood bank. So we have different ways to allow to you to donate blood. 1, coming to the blood collection center. 2, a blood drive. 3, we use a mobile unit that go to the different places to allow person that interested to donate blood to go to that facility. The other way that you can, your day that you are resting, is a person living in Kingston and St. Andrews can go on Saturday from 9 to 3 o'clock to the National Chest Hospital. There we have a blood collection center that is open every Saturday. So that is another possibility, that the day that you are free to go and donate blood.
Perfect. And what about the issue of age? Is there an age limit for donating blood? Are you ever too old or are you too young to donate?
There is important to know that you can donate blood if you are between 17 and 60 years old. For the person that have been donated and regular donor, they can go up to 65. So that is important to be aware.
And a very popular myth is that you cannot donate blood because you've had a tattoo.
No, that I know that it is normal to have a tattoo, but we don't allow after 1 year to come and donate blood. Remember that you will use needle and you can be infected, so there is a window period that we don't want to violate, so we wait 1 year after you donated you have your tattoo in place and you can come and donate blood. Don't be scared.
And finally, vegetarians think that they cannot give blood because they simply do not have enough iron.
Okay, that is not true. Starting with a healthy lifestyle, we know that eating more vegetable and fruit, we are doing well. So vegetarian person don't have to be scared. We will take you through the process of what you will do when you donating blood, and we will check your hemoglobin level, doing a test, and that will let me know if you are able to donate or not. So vegetarian is not an excuse to come and donate blood.
Thank you, Dr. Taylor. Is there anything else you want to say?
Yes, I want to say something that is very important. Please, it's not only National Blood Transfusion Service at 21 Slipen Road where you can come and donate blood. There are 10 blood collection centers island-wide, and I please encourage everybody to come and donate blood. We know that in the last, 8 months, the increase of accidents in Jamaica have been affected. So the way that we can save that life is sometimes the need of blood. Also, I would like to encourage people to keep donating blood. Why? Because PAHO and WHO want in 2020 that our country be 100% voluntary donors. So without your support, we will not be in that target. Please come and donate blood.
Thank you, Dr.
Yes.
Taylor. It was good having you. So having some of those major fears and misconceptions dispelled, I sure hope that you will face your fear today and donate blood. All the best.
And that's how we draw the curtains down on today's edition of Jamaica Magazine. I do hope you were thoroughly entertained. For this and other programs, please visit our website, jis.gov.jm. Subscribe to our YouTube page or like us on Facebook. You may also catch up with us through our new mobile app that's Android and iOS compatible. On behalf of the entire team here at the JIS, I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thank you for watching.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.